Hello and welcome everyone to episode 55 of the Ask Dr. Zaino show. Thank you all for being here. I see there are dozens of chiropractors on already. In fact, signed in to the chat roll, which you'll find right below this video. We're live every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. And you can always ask your questions live in that chat roll. Hello to everyone. Thanks, guys, for saying hi. Appreciate it. Let us know how you're doing, where you're watching from, and if you have any questions at all, I'll make sure that that Dr. Zaino gets those, that we cover those tonight. So I guess without drawing on too much talking, I'm going to go ahead and introduce Dr. Chris Zaino.
What's up, Dr. T? What's going on?
What's up, man? It's going good.
So thanks for everybody, Chiropractic Thought Leaders, for being on. We appreciate you guys. Thanks for all your support. Thanks for everybody on Facebook Live. My wife's on, of course, Rachel Hutchinson, my classmate, Sam. Good to see you, buddy. Former ZE Experience alumni and superstar. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for all the support you've given us with the We Are Heroes episodes. And you can see, you can see it's really alive. You have Tabor, Dr. Tabor in it, and it's all we're all part of this amazing narrative of what's going on. Just to let you know, I met with Roberta today. We got the 20-minute keynote down that I got to do in 12 days or 13 days. So I'm freaking out. I got to start learning that, and this begins. Here it goes. So you can see how it happens pretty quick when you make a decision, and when it's when you're good enough, you'll get your day. So that we're all doing it together. So thank you so much. Thanks for the support. And I love how you like to continue the conversation. So basically, this Ask Dr. Z is just a continuation of the We Are Heroes show. There's Timmy D and Mac Daddy, and it's a continuation of the 15-minute fuels, and it's a continuation of Tabor's spinal hygiene movement. So it's something where we're all moving forward together, and that's my currency. So thanks so much. Let's do it.
Awesome. So we got some got a question right here. By the way, guys, put questions in the chat roll below. Keeps us going and makes everything happen. So we appreciate that. I got an email question though from Scott. It says, I won't be on the program live tonight, but I wanted to ask this question, and I'll go back and watch it. First of all, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for the 15-minute fuels and the Hero series. I have recommitted to my practice, watching the past episodes of the show, implementing the dynamic dinner. Awesome. Question, we're changing our 4 to 6 month plans, 60 visit plans to 3 month, 36 visit plans. And I love it. But can you describe the process of transition and how we transition them to VIP, wellness care, report, review of x-rays, in our case, nerve scans?
Yeah, so at 36 visits, or actually not at 36, probably at 34 or 35 visits, we know Genesis flags them. We take their pictures, we do the x-rays, you can do your scans, then they come back, they do a review. We call it the lifetime review. So you review their examinations, all that other stuff, and they move right into lifetime care. That's the option. Here's the lifetime care, and they start. Tabor, you do the same thing, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So I know it sounds so simple, but that's the whole key of it. You got to make it simple. I think the least complicated it is, the better. So, because you're wondering, well, how's that go? 36 visits, boom, go into lifetime plan. That's it.
Yeah. No, and I notice I don't do any salesmanship at that point, really. I simply just say, this is it. This is what we got. We got a great deal. I mean, it's a huge value. And they simply just move right into wellness care.
And they know, Tabor, wouldn't you agree? Like, there's not really, by that moment, they're kind of in.
Right.
Or they're not there to do it because they left already. So I think at that point, they're lifetime VIP members, and it's the journey together. So we this is what it is. And yes, if they still, if they're doing payment plans, we split it. You do 2 payments, right, Tabor? Yeah. So they still have their corrected care payments. We might pull those out some more. Right. And then they have their VIP payments, and they could pay it down. We also offer them this. This might be a good thing. Let's say they owe $1,200. I'm just putting it out there. Carlo, whoever, they'll offer them a discount, a pay in full discount, to just wipe that balance away. So
right.
You do that, Tabor, too?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's something you could do. That might be a good thing, and that's kind of a bonus. And again, I know you're taking out of your pocket technically, right, when you give a little bit of a discount, but you're showing good faith there too.
Yeah, it's worth it. And if anything, it makes their payments go down if you work it right. when they move in. So awesome. And let's see. So guys, feed us some questions. We want to keep going with these. Next one is fees. Same person. Fees for lifetime wellness members. Looking to really build this side of our practice. I want to have fair exchange and value while making it possible for more families to have ongoing care. Suggestions to structure the plans, keep it simple as well. If they come in for more visits, etc.
$150 a month.
Yep.
And then if they want to come in, if something happened, they need to come in some more, they come in some more. Just make it simple. It's $150 a month. That's it. That's what I do.
Yep.
That's it. And then we never talk finances again.
Right.
Unless your credit card is expiring, and we know that. So it's just a straight 150. And they're like, Dr. Z, I'm fighting something. They know they could come in extra. That's fine. Because I'm building, there's so much value. When it's 150 a month, there's so much value because, again, it's the tangible. You know, they're getting well, their lives, they're changing. They know that. They're getting the advanced workshops. They're getting all the education. And then they're getting me. And they're getting my team. Like that to me is the most valuable thing they could get, because they can't go down the road and get me.
Right.
So you know what I mean? Like they don't get Tabor anywhere else. So that's why it's okay in your practice that there's somewhat personality driven. Like your doctors, that if you have associates, their personalities there. So I really think that plays a huge role. That for 150, it's actually the lottery.
Right. Yeah, no, I agree. And I think that the chiropractor can look and see what, what the numbers are in their office or in their area. And if it's 140, 150, 160, it's completely up to the doctor, whatever you want to do, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not going to even get it. It doesn't matter what anybody else does. Just do whatever you want to do.
Amen to that. Yep. Awesome. Good stuff. I have my first workshop tomorrow. Got over 50 people signed up. Well done. That's awesome. Any advice on the tone of the talk? Any major pitfalls to avoid? Do you have a specific tone when you go in, or what's your mindset when you go into the dinner?
My tone is to change people's lives. I tell my story. There's no tone. Like that's a great question. It's like, because I don't go to a different talk. So you're basically like, I almost, and no offenses, but I almost feel like if I have to change my tone, I have to become a different actor in every talk I do. Right. I just go full hero. I'm all me. Right. So I'm me in a group of 2. I'm me in a group of 150. And if there's 1,000 people, I'm even more me. It's like the bigger, the more authentic and I am. But I definitely don't have a tone.
Right.
You know. So the thing is, you should have practiced it enough. You definitely don't go in angry. That's for sure.
Right.
Absolutely. Don't be a dick. Nobody likes that. Right. No one wants to be led by that. You go in there and don't go in to close everybody, because people could read that. Right. It's not your responsibility to close everybody. Your job is to tell the truth, 100% authentic, knowing that the room will be polarized. That there's something. Not everybody's going to want it, and there's people that are absolutely going to love it and want it. So if you go in knowing that not everybody's going to want it, you can't worry about what can I say to make that person who doesn't want it. So go in there, tell the truth, because when you tell the truth, the people who do want it are going to look at you and say, that's the person I want to lead my health and that of my families. So I go in there and I just be me. And I tell the deepest, darkest moments of my life. I bear it all 100%, because I feel if I could bear it all 100%, and if, chiropractic changed my life and the message I have to tell, then they see the authenticity, they see it's me, and that's the way I am. And so if you guys watch the videos and you watch this, you see it's pretty much the same me the whole time, and that's what you want to work towards. Right. I think we talked about that the other day at 15-minute fuel. Is like, oh great, I'm so glad we're talking. Whoever read that, whoever said that question, thank you so much, because we talked about. I gave you in the dynamic dinner, I gave you my talk. So if you play my talk. But what I don't want you to do is I don't want you to be me and try to be me during the talk. Yeah. Because I realize that if you try to copy somebody, number one, you'll never be as good as what you copy. And number two, you're invalidating yourself, and you'll never truly be the doctor you were created to be, because you're wearing someone else's clothing. You follow what I'm saying? Absolutely. So I realize what you appreciate about me, and I realize, is that you appreciate that I am a full living version of my true authentic self. And that's what excites you or gets you inspired or gets you pumped up when you see me. It's not the words I say. It's not the hand mannerisms I do. It's not that I did a couple push-ups before I did a talk and pumped up a little bit. What it is you're don't mistake my words and what I say for he's just himself. He's his true authentic self. So I want you to see that's the reason why you get amped up on these shows, because you're looking at someone who's doing their thing as God created that person to be. So for you to do me or for you to do Tabor, you're invalidating yourself. You could study my talk, but like Bruce Lee said, take what is useful, discard what isn't as far as the knowledge of the talk, and then make it uniquely your own. Be yourself. If you want to walk in shorts and a Hawaiian Tom Selleck Magnum PI shirt, do it, right? You know, I mean, if you want to have cats crawling over your bed like Tabor does,
hey, watch out.
do it, you know, so I mean, basically, I want you to be you, but here's the biggest tough part of all. Many of us and many of you, if I said be you, you don't even know who the hell you are right now. Because the self-awareness is like, I don't even know who I am. And it's tough to be you because you haven't been you for possibly 30 years. So this is the journey where you pray to God that show me to be comfortable in my own skin, to be me. And let me tell you, the closer you get to who you were created to be, that's when you shine and your entire life's going to change. Not because the words changed, not because you had a cool dinner talk. It's because people see and they're inspired by a human being in total hero mode, being who God created them to be. And who wouldn't want that person to lead their life? So I'm inspired by you when you do your part. The reason Tabor, the reason why I loved his spinal hygiene program, because that was the only glimpse, Tabor, because Tabor is he has such a good heart. But when Tabor talks about his spinal hygiene program, I fully see the glimpse of his genius come out. And he is not a soft guy. He's sharp, he's strong, and I know he loves about it. And that's inspiring, because when he's talking about his spinal hygiene program, that's his lane. That's what he loves and believes in. And he just rises above because that's his thing. So that's why I support you in that. That's why I love what you do with that, because I'm inspired by Tabor being like, God gave him that idea, you know, so he's utilizing that gift and expressing it. And I'm watching Tabor in full Tabor hero mode. And we all have it. That's the lie. That's the lie people make you believe, that you're not good as this person. We all have it. But it's so tough to take off the mask and the glasses and the secret identity and be like, this is who I am, because it's very vulnerable. Because you're afraid to say, well, if I say this is who I am, maybe someone's not going to like that. But at the end of the day, you live with yourself. And for you not to be who you were created to be and express yourself as God created you to express yourself in that hero mode, then you're invalidating yourself. So I'm asking you to validate yourself and give yourself permission to speak differently. You know, there was a doctor who used to watch Sid Williams and listen to Sid Williams, and he was from New York City. And if you don't know Sid Williams, he started life and he talked with the thickest Georgian Southern accent you ever had or ever could hear. And this guy from New York, born in New York, used to talk with a Southern accent because he listened and modeled Sid Williams so much. And he was never himself. He was a counterfeit version of somebody who was great. And yes, he got results, but it was still invalidating. He was never truly his authentic self. So that's why, Tabor, I appreciate what you do. And whoever answered that question, if I actually gave things away for the greatest question of the day, that would be the greatest question of the day.
Yeah. And
possibly for your life.
Yep. No, thank you, man. I appreciate that. And I think, you know, if everybody listening on there is like me, when you talk about how we should be ourselves and we just let our innate out, like when you start talking about that, I automatically I just went like this. You know what I mean? I just get to let that guard down whenever
So what was that feeling, Tabor? So what do you feel? What is that when you felt relaxed? Is that, what did that mean? Like, what was that feeling? Was it like, what was the guard, you know?
It's almost like a puffed chest type of thing. Like, I'm this person and I'm trying to let people think that and know that I'm this person. But then whenever I consciously grab that idea that you just said, that your innate came from, and your innate, that's a funny word, your innate. Um, that
Kind of like Uranus.
yeah, it's kind of like that. But that came from you, but it touches everybody. You know what I mean? And when I hear that, it's like the guard goes down. It's like all of a sudden, I don't have to fight or try as hard anymore. I just have to be. And I think I remember when Dr. Fred used to say that back in his boot camps and not really understanding what that meant, you know, but it's like you don't have to put up that front. You just have to be. And actually, when you start to just be, that's when great things come from you because you're being who you're supposed to be, you know? Love it. We got a lot of questions coming in. Thanks. Awesome, guys. Let me go to an email question that it could be a real quick answer. So Chris, so David says, Chris, thank you for all you do. You are one awesome Chiro. I was wondering who and where do you get your vibe plates from? So
just call the office at 281-292-6300. My patient Paul makes them. And just to let you know, Paul also makes the bulletproof vibes.
Nice.
So those are I mean, those vibes are indestructible. They're really bulletproof.
I love them. Yeah.
So call Shannon, tell her you're a Chiro thought leader. Okay, and that'll change the price quite a bit. So let her know.
What's the number again?
281, just post it on there. So 281-292-6300. 281-292-6300.
Got it. I'm putting a
call in
right now. Awesome.
Right now.
So it's in there.
5 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So good deal. Got that one down. Let's see here. What do we got? Someone asked, how far are your care plan payments spread out over?
When she likes it to be 10 months max.
Yeah.
So it goes 10 to 12 because then after that it just after that then we're fighting to make it work for them, but it's not our problem. You
Right.
follow what I'm saying? Like we're just trying to get the number right for them to take care of their problem.
Right.
And then it becomes weird.
Yeah.
So 10 months, 10 to 12 months. In fact, on the care plan it says 10 months.
Cool. Okay, personal finance question here. Do you still do the Gunderson stuff, or are there any other recommendations you would give?
Gunderson all the way. I'm going to go see him April 12th. Like Gunderson is not just about money, which is tremendous, and he gives you the most amazing advice for your sole purpose, but his connections are insane. Like I was with him, we went to Park City, and Garrett only had 5 minutes because their dog was dying. And then so he was there for 5 minutes, and he's like, hey, listen, I want you to speak to the Speakers Bureau. It's in April 12th. You'll do like a TED Talk in front of 5 cameras and these speakers, critics. And I'm like, crap, because now I'm like, I get this here. So you see, like, it's the unknowns. Remember we talked about the unknowns? It's the unknowns. So the connections, it's called relationship capital. The unknowns. That's why every time you get on this call, you just don't know what you're going to expect. Like Tabor, when you went to the ClickFunnels conference, I know you just didn't get information. Tell me a couple of relationships that you connected with or unknowns that happened.
Dude, I met Chad Woolner there. He's a chiropractor who is best friends with Russell Brunson. And so then we talked about doing a mastermind actually in Boise, Idaho at Russell Brunson's house. The guy that owns ClickFunnels makes $200 million a year and like understands online marketing like no other. And I get to go to his house and mastermind with him.
There you go. So you understand. So didn't we talk about that, Tabor, that before you even went to the thing, I said, you're going to go there, you're going to go for this seminar, and then you're going to get something unknown is going to happen.
Yep.
Or like I said, it's relationship capital, and look at the opportunities. So you couldn't ever plan that.
No. Yeah, exactly. And
so going
there were other people there. There were other not only connections that were made, but I got to see Tony Robbins speak. I've been wanting to see him speak forever. That guy's amazing.
Yeah, so you see what comes out of it. So that's what Garrett, the whole unknown relationship capital, like Gentempo and Roberto, all these people I met because of Garrett. And do you understand? So it wasn't even about all. And then actually the greatest part about Garrett was all the things that were outside what I thought I was going to get. So it wasn't just the financial stability and wealth creation that happened. Like that is what he would say. That's probably the least least impactful, even though it was extremely amazing, but it was the relationships and the opportunities were priceless and worth millions of dollars. So I mean, we're doing Power Thought Leaders because of the journey of that. So definitely do it. You'd be you just do it. Listen to me. I wouldn't steer you wrong.
Right. Absolutely. So let's keep going. We got lots of good questions here. So I've seen this question before. We currently do 3 monthly auto debits for a 3-month care plan, but that makes the payment so high. Is that why you choose to do auto debits for 10 months to lower the entry to care?
Absolutely, yeah. Because if they could afford it at a 3-month plan at 36 visits, if they could afford the paid in full, boom, they're doing that. And if they really can't do the pay in full, then they need to do payments. And chances are, if you could pay, watch this, if you could pay 3 big, large payments in 3 months, you could then you could pay the pay in full.
Right.
But right, so if you're not able to pay the pay in full, then we know it's got to be taken out 8 months, 10 months, 6 months. We do the same thing with you guys with Power Thought Leaders. When we do a launch, Tabor will have the one time where you save. Then what did you have, Tabor? A 3-month, and I think we even had one that was longer.
6 months. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, why? Because we get it. We know some of you guys just came out of school. We know some of you guys have been practicing and you've been bootstrapping, and you're going week to week, and you're barely making it. So we know everybody has slightly different situations, but the docs out there that are killing it and you just want to get better, boom, you hit the click now, pay in full, same thing.
Right. So help them understand this, because this was the next question to sequence. That one is, so then what happens at lifetime VIP transition with the balance of the initial phase? Do you add the VIP payment on top of that?
Yeah, that's what we do. So watch, right, Tabor? So we have two payments coming out. So actually, they'll refinance, right? Sometimes they kind of refinance the balance. Well, 2 options. Here's the balance. You have an option at this point, because chances are in 3 months, a lot of things change, right? I mean, they're back to work, they're feeling great, they're not depressed, right? When you're in pain and in fear, you're in scarcity mode. So a lot of them, they do the painful option of the balance. If not, you could take whatever that balance is and lower the payments and spread it out a little bit longer, but then you bring in another payment of the lifetime. So they kind of cruise parallel. And then when this is paid down, then you're just at the wellness.
Right. So it would stay the same or get lower.
Yeah, and then actually, Tabor's right. We'll actually make sure it gets even by a couple dollars lower. So they automatically see it, because they've been used to paying that per month. So if it goes down $10 and you're absorbing the older payments plus the new payments, but it's actually a lower price, then everybody's okay with that.
Right. And do you use Fortis? Is that, or is it?
Yeah, we use Fortis. Babe, do we use Fortis? I don't know. Whitney's on there. Either Cash Practice or Fortis, but it's one of those two.
Cool. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. Thanks for asking all these questions, guys. Really appreciate it. It just makes the Ask Dr. Zaino show much better when Dr. Zaino gets asked questions. Makes sense. Do you still wake up to people in the gym? Do you still wake up to people in the gym or at a store and walk up? I'm sorry, I can't read right now. Do you still walk up to people in the gym or at a store and talk chiropractic if you see someone with obvious spinal injury?
Yeah, sure. I mean, and most people, because they know me, they'll come up to me now.
In a loving way, huh?
Who I am,
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm in that position, but at the gym sometimes, the hat's down, the headphones are in.
Yeah.
I'm not looking around at the person with a possible spondy. What I mean? I'm in there to get my job done. But if someone comes up to me, headphones off, and they're I got cards with me.
Yep. Awesome, man. So let's see. We did that one. Does your staff do your auto debit? Do you use Cash Practice or Fortis? Yes, Cash Practice or Fortis. Awesome. All right. Any questions on the Facebook there?
I'm looking. Whitney's just saying working with Garrett was great. Anybody? Eric said, what are vibes? Vibe plates.
Yep, vibe plates.
Let me see. Anybody else on Facebook? Just give me a comment. You know what's cool is like everybody on Facebook, they'll say hi, but they don't actually give a question. You guys used to be great with questions. And I appreciate you just allowing me to speak. But remember, fuel, I need your fuel to fuel. And I work my best with questions. That's why I love doing this, because the questions bring out the best stuff in the conversation, stuff that we can't plan. So that's why the 15-minute fuels go out so good, is because someone will ask a question and it just opens up the floodgates of some really good stuff. So your questions, never feel shy to ask a question. So if you want to ask a comment now.
Oh, watch this, dude. Watch this. This was awesome. If you remember last week's episode, our staff stopped making the missed call appointments last week, and we had our best Monday ever.
Yeah,
how awesome is that, dude?
Why do you think that is? It's like probably the whole entire energy of the office was better.
Yeah, yeah.
Because just think, how many hours does it take to call people who don't want to take care of their health? I got one here from, good. Awesome, guys. Jeez. Gabe Ellis says, joining late. What is the minimum care package you offer? $3,500, Gabe. 36 visits. Maggie Heckman said, Gabe, I have one offer. See, you guys make things too complicated. One offer. Maggie, where's the best place to start with Facebook ads? Facebook. No, what do you mean by that, Maggie? Give me a little bit of action, like Facebook ads for your practice,
like creating one, I guess, maybe, or something, huh? Like you have to go to Ads Manager in Facebook, and then it'll give you a lot of different options. But in fact, I would even start with like tutorial videos, like start even if you just look on YouTube and start tutorial.
So the guy said this, Maggie, in the beginning, because we got Lewis Howe's program too. He said, and this is good for you, Tabor. Lewis Howe says in the beginning, when it comes to Facebook, until you get a bigger following and product, just work on boosting. So right? Easy step by step. It's an easy boost, just boost. Like in the beginning, boost. And Moose knows what he's doing. I mean, like he clearly.
Yeah, absolutely.
And a little, and you could actually target with the boost as well. Let me see. Kevin says, can you talk a little bit about the goal setting you do for practice members? Okay, so the goal setting, Kev, they have their list of 10, 20, 30-year goals, and we look at their goals and we validate them and we qualify them. They got to be good goals. Some people don't write goals, so we get it out of them. So their goals are something that they're able to anchor to, meaning that, are you able to reach these goals? What's the current trajectory of your health? And then you'd be like, no. So are these goals meaningful to you? Yes. Like, and we're talking, see their grandkids, play with their, retire, be debt free. So you've got to attach that their health is the vehicle in order to reach these goals. So then we set those goals. So whatever those goals are, I make sure I always keep those goals in front of them, and we make sure we change them in a good way. So changing means, hey, Mary, you already lost 30 pounds, so let's take that goal off. Where do you want to go now? What's another 20? Good. So you update those goals. And then, because that's the why. Remember, your drive comes from your why. And getting out of pain is not a good why, because when the pain's gone, it's over. So you need a really deep setted why. And that develops the drive. Let me see. Okay, Maggie says, cool, thanks. Dr. Jeff says, someone says they want to correct things and then says if they can afford it. How do you deal with that? I tell them this: would you say that about cancer or heart disease? Would you say that about cancer? If you had cancer, would you say to the doctor, well, I'll see if I can afford it? See, Dr. Jeff, in that moment, they have no value. What they're telling you is they lost value. And here's the thing: you swallow and just take the hit. Because now what happens, now you're going to try to sell them or convince them, right? So if they can afford it, means they don't have value in it, because they wouldn't tell a cancer doctor. They wouldn't, they don't, and then when they leave their office and go to Starbucks and spend $15, they didn't say, well, can I afford it? So they just didn't value it. And you just you have to do your best you can to show the value. And I think showing their goals, what they want, that increases the value of it as well. And just think, all the things they spend money on, they never use that. Well, it all depends. I mean, like if I could afford it. So, all right. So if you can't afford it, you're gonna allow that problem to get worse. Like, for instance, your car goes up on the lift, and the guy, and this is what we're doing as chiropractors. You got to think of it this way: your car goes up on the lift, and the guy goes, you got 4 nails in your tires, your brake line is leaking fluid. And I think that's a big oil leak going on there. And yeah, this is good. But and then are you going to say, I'll just bring it down? It's like only if I could afford it. No, what do? That person who left your office with that excuse, they say, fix it when? Fix it now. So they don't go to work. They'll stop everything they do to fix it, because they know if they don't take the nails out, if the brakes are leaking, they know it's going to cost a lot more money, but a lot more pain, right? So if the brakes go, the tires blow, on the road, they're getting in an accident, they're harming themselves, they're harming their families, they're harming others, they might die, right? And that's what disease does. There's no difference. But so when you show them, so the mechanic didn't have to build a lot of value. He just showed it to them. They understood it and they fixed it now. So it's the same thing. They never said, well, only if I could afford it. No, like, because they know if I don't do anything about it, I'm gonna pay for it dearly. So, and what I just talked about, I use that in my doctor's sport. Sometimes I think we have to relate the spine and health conditions just to something that everybody would seem ridiculous not to do. Like, so like putting your car up on the lift, or if you had cancer, would you say, well, only if I could afford it? No, they wouldn't, you know, or walking out of the office. If you have excuses and reasons, who's the only person you're harming? You're like, myself, right? It's not us. It's not us. So it's a value thing. Good job, Jeff. That's good. So just, Jeff, I think, see how I use stories? That's a great way to destroy that, because sometimes in their mind, they're like, oh, okay, that's basically what it is. Hold on, Maggie said, cool, thanks.
We got a couple here.
Well, can you talk more about click clinics? What is the event? Oh, ClickFunnels. Tabor posted the link to ClickFunnels. That's okay. What do you do help with public speaking, including Facebook Live? What do you do to help with public speaking? Look, so Eric says, I am painfully shy when it comes to outside patient rooms, books, audios, mentors. Okay, so Eric's going like, so what do you do for public speaking? So here's the thing, Eric. I speak. See, the thing is, you only see me on which media? Like, Eric, when was the last time you read my book? When was the last time you read my blog? When was the last time you heard me on radio? And when was the last time you listened to my podcast? None. Why? Because I hate those things and I suck at them and I don't like them. It's not my vehicle. My vehicle is video. So like, Eric, what I say to do is this: speaking, video, audio, writing. In order for you to say that you're not good at them, I need you to work on getting good at all of them. So become a good speaker, become a good writer, become good on video, and become good on the radio or audio. Then when you're good at all of those things and really perfect, get good at them. Go to Roberto's for speaking. Go look at a podcast, you know, all these things. When you get good at them, or just good enough, decent, then from them you can make the judgment out of these different vehicles. This is the one I love. And then you put all your eggs in one basket and do that. So what I'm going to do, I do videos, right? So all those videos could be transcribed from someone could transcribe them, edit them. That becomes my blog. That becomes my book, right? So I delegate that out, but it's all coming from my lane, my vehicle. I know my superhero talents, and I know the vehicle I deliver my super talents is. So Eric, don't beat yourself up because you're not a Facebook Live guy. That's on one end. But the other end of the spectrum, I want to make sure your fear is not getting in the way. So why don't you start doing Facebook Lives every single day? Do it for 30 days straight and watch episode 1 and watch episode 30 and watch how better you got. So if you really want to become better at speaking and you're not bullshitting me right now, then I'm going to ask you I would do it after this. Get on a Facebook Live for 5 minutes and do it every single day. Because when you see me speak and you like what you see, the thing is, you know how many times I've spoken? I speak 4 times a week, every week, for over 12 years, plus other kids. I've spoken thousands of times. So what you think is cool, it's so much preparation and so much practice on my part. And when that opportunity comes, like a dinner, when that opportunity comes with all my preparation, I crush it. Because that's when luck happens, is when preparation and opportunity meet. That's what people call luck. But it was just putting in the hours. So Eric, to become great, you have to put in the hours. But I'm asking you not to become great yet. Be good. Get good at those things. And then you could sit back and say, you know what? I really love writing. I really love radio. I really love speaking. I really love video. And then that's your superhero vehicle. So Eric, if you want to do video, I want you to do a video tomorrow for the next 30 days. And I want you to put my name on it. And if I don't see myself tagged to it, I'm going to find you. I'm going to punch you in the face. No, seriously, just do it. Just put my name on it. And then so we'll hold each other accountable. And then you'll be amazed on how much you grow as a human being by doing it. What do you got, Tabe?
We've got Justin wants to know where to get Tabor rolls at. So
dude, put them on there. Tabor rolls. Dude, these Tabor rolls are just, you can't even keep them in stock, man. I just got a box of like, what was it? How many did I get, Tabor? 200?
Yeah.
Jeez, Timmy, how do you like the table roll?
I love my table roll.
Everybody loves it.
I haven't seen a table roll.
Ooh, Mac didn't get a table roll.
Where's the table roll?
I got a table roll.
Oh shit. Dude, this stuff's like gold. It's like propaganda. It's like,
Where are they at?
yeah, we'll get some table rolls from Mac.
Spinalhygienemovement.com. I put the link underneath there.
And then Tabor, go back to my Facebook on the car. Put that when you go to car. Put that link on there.
Yep, absolutely. Let's see here. Here's an interesting question. How have you learned to block outside pressures like finances and just be able to focus on your purpose?
Block it out.
Yeah, outside pressures.
Dude, I don't know. I got so used to I don't really have the pressures of it, like finances and stuff. Well, I have a team that does the finances, but I still could do them.
Right.
I let Whitney become I think I let Whitney become the CEO, and that takes a lot of pressure off of me. Well, that's a perfect example because I'm thinking that's a great question because in chiropractic, I have no pressures because I've done it and done it and done it and done it, right? So about now this new stuff, this We Are Hero stuff, I actually feel like I was when I first started practice, where when someone wanted to sign up, I would always tell Whitney, make sure it works, right? Because I was nervous and a little insecure. It's the new thing. So I kind of feel that way. So immediately, because I know that it's something new, I gave Whitney is the CEO of I Am Hero or Dr. Zaino. So she's the CEO. So she handles all the money and all the money making decisions. Because if it's up to me, I'd buy the guy who wants to charge $100 grand to build a website. I'm like, yeah, sounds good. Let's go. You know, but Whitney is the one who's able to just like she said on that We Are Heroes. She makes the control of that, but then she'll also ask me the questions to make sure I'm not acting out of impatience, neediness, or you know, what do you call impulsiveness? You know, so she's good. She really focuses me and keeps me in line in a good way. And so that's why I took the pressure off of me, basically. That's the truth. I gave her the position of CEO so I could be 100% all out hero. That's
awesome, man. Love that. She's 100% behind you on that. I know she is. So.
Yeah, she needs to be.
Yep. Hey, here's a question about the Facebook again. Boosting neck and back pain on Facebook or other stuff, and if so, what? What topics are best to boost, or is it only about dinners?
No, I personally only do dinners, but I know like Cairo who's Cairo?
Yeah, Billy Sticker.
Billy Sticker, he has great campaigns. Chris Burfield has great campaigns, and they are very successful.
Yeah.
And so that's why I know Tabor, you even had like campaigns, right? You did different headache campaigns. So I've only done dinners. You know why? Because do you notice my thing? Like I like to keep things so simple, so lean, like dinners. That's all I want to do was dinners. So that for me, because I love that, that's my thing.
Right.
So I put all my eggs in one basket on that. But I think I would definitely try them and test them out. And there's plenty of chiros that had amazing success with those campaigns.
Yeah. And to be transparent, Chris Burfield did mine also. So
yeah, I got one here.
They were good.
Holly Meyer said, who's your mentors? Actually, my mentor, my mentor, I really have thought leaders instead of mentors. I really don't, because wow, this is going to sound so weird. When I figured out that I didn't need another man in my life to be a father figure, that I had to just, I always try to put a male figure in my life to be, so they could be proud of me, or give me a pat on the back. That was just like this thing, my neediness I had. So I would actually do things that may have not been my true authentic self in order to make them proud and happy and did what they thought would be right. And it was good things. They were noble things, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't me. So I think I like to use the term thought leader versus mentor, because I believe I need to be my own mentor, meaning that I need to be inspired by my own genius and potential. And because I'm inspired by who I'm created to be, I seek Roberto to help me. So I'm focused on my potential. Roberto helps me formulate my thoughts to be me. Garrett, so I have a team, the crew, Battleborn and Tim and Max. So we all come together as a team, but I'm 40 years old now. and I need to be my own mentor. You know, I need to be inspired by myself. Now, the books behind me, when I read Sigapus's books or BJ Palmer's books, they're thought leaders in my life. You follow what I'm saying? So I can't really say that this is the person that I want to emulate, because I realize emulating somebody is invalidating to me, and all I am is a counterfeit of that person.
Yeah.
And that Tabor, I didn't tell you this, Tabor, I found that because I'm working on the Zero Talk. That is your cat in the background is driving me crazy.
Over here.
Dude. So that really becomes the second secret identity. This is all new stuff, guys. You'll love this. The first secret identity is those people, like our patients or even Kara's, that they're wearing the mask. They don't even know that they're hero. They have no clue that the genius is inside them, right? First secret identity. The second one is they know there's something bigger. They find a mentor and they copy the mentor or emulate them so much, they act like them, they talk like them, they speak like them, and they wake up 10 years later going, who am I? Because they're a counterfeit or copying somebody else. And yes, they're successful, but the thing is, they didn't realize they never were, it was another secret identity. It's like they chose one secret identity to put on another one. And so far I got 2 secret identities. I think there's quite a few. We just got to nail them. But that's why you need to be your own mentor, and then you find thought leaders that'll help shift your perception to bring the best out of you. Holly, that was great.
That was great. That was awesome.
Here, let me get one chat. Let me do chat. And how much time do you spend reading, audio, studying, training, and mind each week? 2 hours every morning. That's my morning routine. And a little bit of, so let's say I combine them, I multitask, right? So maybe a total of 2 hours a day, 2 hours in the morning, definitely. And then, you know, the audio in the car, the stuff at night, you know, just a little bit here and there, but definitely in the morning is the main time. What do you got, Tabe?
Do you still do pre-shift huddles?
No.
Cuddles?
Yeah, I don't. I'm sorry.
Actually, I
That
don't
was
either.
the thing to do, because it's like, hey, listen, guys, I know my job. I know my role in the office, right? You know your role in the office. Everybody needs to own the schedule, meaning that Tabor Smith's coming in at 3:30. I want you to expectantly be waiting for Tabor, front desk. Tabor Smith's coming at 3:30. The back guys, be ready to greet him, do a great tour. Be ready to do a great day one. X-ray tech, Tabor Smith's coming at 3:30. Be expecting him, get ready, know his name, and make sure you take a great X-ray, right? So like if everybody owns the schedule, but for me to give them a rah-rah, it's like inspiration, you know, that quote, you are what you continually do, right? So if I want to be excellent, excellence not an act, it's a habit. So I think if your team is trained and they're habitually doing the right processes, it becomes, that's what they become. But yeah, so honestly, it's all truth. I wish I could tell you I have a magic huddle. I walk in at 7 o'clock when the shift starts. I walk in at 3:31 when it starts at 3:30. Everybody knows to own their schedule. I could look at my schedule for 2 seconds. I know who to expect. So, and we really don't talk through the entire shift. Everything's nonverbal, right, guys? We don't. I mean, I do my thing, and
It's like quiet.
it's quiet, you know. So I wish I could say there's a magic huddle, but there's not.
Yeah.
How about you, Tabe? Honestly.
No, honestly, we don't. I mean, we do team meetings like once a month or something, but
Yeah, Winnie does team meetings twice a week. Winnie
Yeah.
does the meetings, and she does a great
But we
job.
don't do-
Part of those meetings is we do the book, like, so we went over the Compound Effect book. Then she's doing Sell or Be Sold by Grant Cardone with the team.
Yeah.
It's a great one for your team. It's
Yeah.
wonderful because it helps with this money mindset. Closing is about leading the person to what they really want, you know, and the money is just the exchange that has to make it happen. But they want this. So in order to get that, you have to help them get there. So it's a great book. That's a real good one for the team.
Love it. Yeah, actually, that's a great idea. We need to start doing those books and stuff for our team as well. Awesome, man. That is all the questions there.
Cool. We're done here too. Thanks, guys. We did a 45-minute version of Ask Dr. Z show. I can't do it like Gary Vaynerchuk because I'm not Gary. It looks weird. So yeah. So thanks for Ask Dr. Z show. Thank you, Tabor.
Thank you, and thank everyone for all the questions. That's why it was a great show, because everybody jumped in and started asking those questions. So thanks, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful week. Get out there, share the message, and love on your patients. We'll talk to you next week.